I had an intro, but I got to hear this. Right, go.
Yeah, go on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ears to the East. We got something absolutely incredible to talk about today. We have Baby Metal, Electric Callboy, absolutely amazing experience. And today, again, are your three hosts, myself, Mr. Neon from the Neon Reaction channel, Mr. Benedict from Reactor Matt channel, and also the best reactor ever, who obviously looks down on me and Benedict so much for the things that we do with his royal superiority of breakdowns. Reaction, fellow reactor as well. Back and
That
breakdown.
critical look tells you everything you need.
I'm very confused at the fact that I hadn't spoken for like the first 20 seconds of this video.
I
It's
know,
very
right?
weird.
I know.
I mean, my mouth was closed.
I had to throw you under the bus
Yeah.
for the reaction channel. Welcome
that's
to the reaction game again, man.
Well, I've been forced back into the fray by popular demand. It seems that other people just weren't carrying the weight, so I had to come back and
He was on it as well. I saw that upload fairly quickly. I was like, oh, you know something's big and special when Howard drops everything to make a reaction.
I was surprised too.
I was surprised. I was like, well, holy shit, would you look at that?
But I've only seen your reaction to the video, so I don't actually know your thoughts about the song itself yet.
Well, that's what we're going to get into a bit today. But yeah, I mean, basically, it was one of those ones where I was only going to do a reaction to the song, and I did it. I put it out, and then it came out like every hour time zone. It became available in another country, like the copyright blocks slowly spread out worldwide. But I was watching that, and then while the comments were coming in, people were like, "Hey, wait till the music video. Do one for the music video as well." I was like, "All right." So I got like 6,500 views for the audio. I was like, "Should I actually do a reaction to the music video?" I was like, "I feel really bad doing a second reaction to the same one." But in the end,
Worth it.
Worth it.
Yeah. It was worth it because the music video was so interesting, and I think the two factors had their own qualities. But can I just say, well, I wanted to say something before we get started because I watched both of your reactions as well. And Benedict, your face when Moa, like with the sunglasses, blows the kiss, you just melted like a candle in an oven.
I got so excited, I shouted out more. It's not something I usually do.
It was like she was running towards you in slow motion in like a hazy filter, and you were like, "Oh!"
This video makes me really happy.
I was making a lot of people happy.
When I saw Benedict's thumbnail of like literally just the hearts over his eyes and stuff like that, I was like, "Oh God, oh shit, here we go again."
I mean, look. I mean, I guess we might as well start with a video before we even get into the song, because I think the video is one thing that probably a lot of people are talking about anyway. And it's funny because I heard a lot of people like sort of saying about, oh, the acting and everything. For me, it wasn't acting. It was just, yeah, obviously they had notes on do this, do that. It was the thing that they just looked so natural, like they were having fun. Like, you know, you had Momoko was like she was doing like, she had the proper YouTuber face. Like in some of the scenes, which was really funny, and then you had like obviously like Sue was a little bit more subtle, and like it was just really funny seeing the three of them like interpreting the kind of crazy nature of the video in their own way.
I said in my reaction also that they felt unscripted in a way, but I guess it's still very scripted, but it's scripted in a way to feel unscripted, if you know what I mean.
Somebody needs to just hand Momoko an Oscar already. Jesus Christ, the performance in that music video was brilliant.
Well, I was so happy when we saw how much fun they were having in Leave It All Behind. And so this is like, you know, and that was in a pretty serious, uplifting but serious song. And then you come into this, and it's like they're having even more fun. Just yeah, it was really great to see the like infectious joy that the band was having, yeah, that the group were having here, and just that collaboration.
Yeah, I think Electric Callboy needs to have big props for that as well, because like I don't know how familiar both you guys. I imagine Benedict's pretty familiar with them, but their music videos are pretty much, you know, gravitate towards the same unserious, just fun thing. And I think
that was actually something I was wondering about before the video, that Baby Metal kind of take themselves pretty serious and Electric Callboy don't. So I was wondering, like, where will it lean? Will Electric Callboy be very serious? But instead we got Baby Metal be more fun.
Do
Yeah.
So
you
that's
think
awesome.
though that I don't know whether it's that Babe Metal. I mean, okay, over recent years we've got that impression, especially when we had the two-piece Babe Metal, when it was a little bit sort of darker and more dramatic, and there was all the serious themes and everything like the Metalverse and all of this. But in actuality, if you look at the core, what Babe Metal is, it's a fun concept. I mean, go back to where they started, and it's the whole concept is them having fun doing metal, but making it fun. So for me, actually, I think it was, again, I've been saying this so much about this stuff of recent since Marco's joined. It feels like they're returning to their roots. And so many people were like, oh, they can't be like that anymore because they're not kids anymore. It's like, you don't have to be kids to have fun. They're
Yeah.
fun people. They're having fun. And
I got
yes.
I got a little bit of that impression with the Tom Morello music video that they did, where it was kind of like green screened a little bit, and they were a little bit more old school, a little bit more cutesy and a little bit more playful, which is definitely a bit of a departure from the stoic fox god around the Metal Galaxy lore sometimes that they do with some really serious music videos. I'm just really happy we've got to a year where they're actually doing music videos again, proper ones as well, because it's been fucking forever since we had some decent content. So that I'm just enjoying the ride while we have it, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I wonder
But
if
can I ask you something about do you think it's really like I don't know, do they change the direction they're going, or is it just due to the songs itself being more in that direction? Because,
I was
if
going
you
to say the same
to
thing. I
leave
know
it
now
all
that I don't have to
behind,
interrupt you so much.
yeah, sure, you can. Because Leave It All Behind, it's an
No,
excellent
you said
song,
what I was going to say.
excellent
Brilliant.
collaboration, but yeah, feels a lot more serious, like you said, and that's also a feeling that I have with the other one, which I still love very much. But it's like you said, going back more to the roots. But yeah, Howard, please interrupt me.
It's actually kind of a combination of what you were both saying there, and that basically what I was thinking was that in a strange way, it's kind of like the point that Neil was making, that really we haven't had during the two-piece version of Babe Metal. I mean, what music videos with them did we really have? We had BMC, fair enough. That was a kind of fun, but it was very heavily produced and everything. But the truth is with exception to that, it's just we haven't really had baby metal music videos until like Metally, and we were like, oh, it's back, it's a proper music video. And then we
We
had
had
Metally,
Distortion
Leave It All
music video,
Behind.
but it was very different
Yeah,
in style.
Yeah,
but that wasn't them though. They weren't in it. And so, like music videos with them in, we've had Metally, Leave It All Behind, which yes is an F-Hero song, but still they had a very good portion in that. And then we've had this, and it's like, do you know what? Maybe they were just fun all along. It's just that we haven't been allowed to see them having their fun. And now that they're back to being a free piece, it's kind of they've just been unleashed to be who they were before. So again, the marketing, I think the marketing's just eased up. Now they're a free piece. It's like let them go back to what they were doing before. So I think it's probably a mixture of both. Anyway, I'm gonna. So as there was silence for a whole second.
Sorry. I was coughing, so I just cut my mic
okay.
while I had a cough. I think what you said is pretty nailed on. I think the three piece is the the direction of where they're going, especially with all these collabs and all that recently. I like it. I like where they're going. I think the stoic seriousness, probably ever since kind of Yubi left, really, it was a little bit more into the lore, a little bit more serious. They didn't really have much to play off, and recently, in the last like couple of months and all that changed direction. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really for it. There's been a
Metal
joke.
Galaxy still has a lot of fun songs like Dada Dance, Papaya.
It does. It has fun songs, but they weren't projected in like the fun, happy way that we're getting now. It was still,
it didn't have the whole package,
like the presentation.
With the music videos, the free piece, like dancing choreography all the time. I know what you mean. It's like musically it was that, but we didn't get the whole package that we had before.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So the last, like I said, the last couple of months, man, I've been enjoying it. Been along the ride. There's a joke going on. I keep seeing the comments that Koba's like having a little bit of a midlife crisis, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Keep it going.
Like
I thought you
some
meant
people
the joke like best collaboration from Germany and Japan since. Oh, never mind.
Well, I'm glad you made that joke.
I didn't make that joke. I read it in the comments.
I'm glad you said that joke then, because
I mean, I'm German. I think I can make the
I was
joke.
about to say,
that was
Benedict's
my
probably
point.
the
That was
only
my
person
point.
here
Yeah,
that he's
no,
allowed
yeah,
to.
but so well, okay. So one thing I wanted to slightly veer towards then, because we talked. I think we said before this came out, we talked about, well, should we talk about this song before it comes out and give predictions? And I kind of said, well, look, I think we pretty much know what we're going to get musically. And to be honest, on the musical side, this song had zero surprises for me. But what I will say for it, because the thing is, it's like Electric Callboy, what they do is pretty nailed on. We know what they get, but what they do is very effective. You know, it's like the music doesn't have a vast amount of variation. It's a case of it's all sort of, from what I've heard, it's all dancey, it's all super catchy, it's got fun, it exudes like personality. More than musical complication, it's about effectiveness in the moment and making you dance. And I was like, if it's just that, but then you throw in Baby Metal with their personalities, then that's the simplest approach, but it's a winner because the two groups already have that really good meeting place. You know, Baby Metal have the infectious, fun personalities and the voices and the to and fro vocals in the three-piece alignment. And, you know, Electric Callboy have this ability to write these kind of songs. So musically, I didn't think this was a surprise, but it was very fulfilling because it was everything it should have been. Which where Leave It All Behind was a surprise because we didn't know where they were going to go. This was not a surprise to me. It was just what it should have been.
So yeah, I said that in my reaction review. I said, look, this is not the most technical song in the world at all. It's very much a Electric Callboy song with Baby Metal. Yeah. I said, but what it lacks probably in maybe surprise or technical prowess, shall we say, it more than makes up with in just pure fun. And that is
fun and catchiness.
And catchiness, and that's enough to
like
carry this.
There's multiple layers of catchy stuff happening at the same time. It's so damn catchy.
What I'm actually more happy with, although maybe some people might fight me on this one, is I'm very happy that this went more Electric Callboy direction with Baby Metal attached to it, rather than Electric Callboy sacrificing what they do to try and do something Baby Metal, kind of sound more Baby Metal-ish. And I think it's more of
I think that could work also. Just would be different.
It could work as well. I think so. But Baby Metal is so diverse, and they could do so many different things, whether or not it is like metal or like the dance and stuff, that it just, with Electric Callboy having those dancey bits in their songs, it just slotting Baby Metal into what they would do anyway. It feels natural. It feels like a natural thing to do. So I'm glad they went in that direction rather than making Electric Callboy do for example, like an Oh Imagine, which is it's totally out of place with Sabbath. And it's good that Sabbath are in that song, but it's not.
But it's also not really.
It's also not really.
But I mean, in all fairness, I like you say, it's like Baby Metal are adaptable. They can go into any different style because that's kind of the way they're designed to be. They're like three members who can like front up a range of different songs. They're designed to be adaptable. Whereas Electric Callboy, you know, and it's not a negative thing. They're just very good at what they do. It's not a hugely diverse thing. It's just a very effective thing. So if you want to get the most out of both groups, take the adaptable group and use them to add a little bit of their flavor to the group who are already good at what they do. Bring them over here and just add to something that already works. I totally agree. Take the adaptable group. If you tried to make Electric Callboy go to Baby Metal sound, well, Baby Metal don't really have a sound. They have a whole range of things that they do. And it wouldn't get the most out of Electric Callboy. And, you know, I mean, Baby Metal can just do a variety of stuff on their own if they want to. So
you can tell Electric Callboy like held back in this song a little bit though.
Really? Okay.
That's something I just wanted to ask about also. Go ahead.
Sorry, like the breakdown and stuff like that, like it wasn't too over the top. Like Electric Callboy is really known for those brutal dun, 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 kind of like breakdowns and stuff like that. And it was there in this, but I feel like they scaled it back a little bit to kind of like make the song flow a little bit more and to to maybe not put off the casual viewers, I think, of Baby Metal. Because I was like, this is going to go one or two ways. This is like we're going to end up really, really brutal towards the end, or they're just kind of, and they kind of did it, but it feels like they kind of just took the gas off the pedal a little bit, just to make a little bit of sacrifice to make that song just kind of flow a little bit better.
I agree 100%. I also wanted to talk about that breakdown because I feel exactly the same way, that it's a bit more toned down than their usual breakdowns. They are more brutal usually. But I think it's a good choice because this song, I think this song will be huge. I think it will be played on radios. I think it's could be, at least. Definitely has that vibe, but I think if they would throw in like a really brutal breakdown, it would throw a lot of people off. And I think like this, like everyone can have fun with it.
Yeah,
It's also like something I wanted to ask about Howard. Sorry, about the screams. Like,
Well,
how do you feel about that?
I was gonna, yeah. I mean, I was gonna add a slight alternate to that because the Scream stuff. This was kind of how I've said that I can often enjoy Scream stuff when it's part of the mix rather than turned up too loud over the top of it, and when it's accentation, it's like shouting a chant line rather than just like constantly used in place of a melody. This was call and answer with the melody, which therefore made it work. But I think that the one thing I wanted to add to this, and this is probably true of other Electric Callboy songs, so I might be making a fairly moot point here, but for me, what worked about this is similar to what, again, the original Baby Metal concept was, in that this, to be honest, felt like a song which, in a lot of ways, it was a pop song. I mean, everything about the way it's written is a fairly sort of run-of-the-mill style pop song. I mean, it's got mostly catchy repeat lines. It's got call and answer kind of stuff. It's got the little woo woo in the background. You got that kind of stuff. It's just you add some guitars and have like some of the vocals come across with the sort of growling and the shouting and the scream vocals. That's really, you're just adding a little bit of flavor, a little bit of timbre on top of it. But it's hard. This is a fairly normal, catchy pop song of the sort of variety where I think more like general pop fans would be more familiar with this kind of song than a lot of metal fans. But then again, I think that's a border that Electric Callboy have probably crossed a lot anyway, although they tend to go dancey. They have done that a lot. And of course, Baby Metal in their original form, that's what they were all about. So I don't think it's an alien concept to either of them, but it was very clear to me that when I was listening to this on paper, this is more of a pop song than it is a metal song every single step of the way. Sonically, though, it's obviously leaning into a lot of those metal sounds, even if not, like you say, as brutal as some of their other songs.
Yeah, it definitely kind of treads the line a little bit between the two. I feel like I feel like what Benedict said before pretty much hits the nail on the head, where it's not so overly brutal that I think it would put off a lot of fans and stuff. If personally, and I said this before, I said if I could think of a band that I think would suit Baby Metal and like an ideal collab, Electric Callboy would have been the one. And personally, I've enjoyed this collab probably the most, probably since Kingslayer.
Shall we rank them?
Yeah.
Shall we rank all of the collabs in our mind? So Metallica, Kingslayer, Leave It All Behind, and this one. How would you rank them, you guys? Where would you rank the four?
The little Uzi Vert one, sure. Like,
yeah.
No, we're not even talking. Well, we all got.
Yeah, can I not pretend that one exists, please?
Yeah, I had forgotten about that until you mentioned it.
That is the one. It came out, and I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, I quite like this," and then you know when you try and convince yourself that you like something but you don't really like it. I've seen a lot of people were like, "Yeah, but this is really good. It's something different." You know when they try to convince you.
Yeah, it was interesting, but it was like
it was like at Christmas when your mum tries to convince you to eat your sprouts. You know, she's like, "Yeah, go on, eat your sprouts. I know you like them," but you're looking at it, you're like,
my mum was not from Liverpool.
So
eat your sprouts.
Eat your sprouts, lad. You know.
How do you say "eat your sprouts" in German, Benedict?
I'm not sure what sprout exactly is.
That is the perfect response. And I know that you had a better Christmas than either of us. So, but yeah, so I mean, for me, I gotta say that as much as I love this, the one thing that I can't help but come back to is because again, I am familiar with this from the pop context that I know this is the sort of song, it's going to be drilled in my brain. I'm going to not be able to get it out of my head for maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I'm going to be playing it regularly. I'm going to love it. And then it's going to hit that point of saturation where I'm going to stop listening to it because I've overheard it. And then I won't listen to it for maybe 8 or 9 months. And then suddenly I'll hear it again. I go, wow, that song was amazing. And I'll binge listen it again on repeat for like a couple more weeks. And it's that kind of song because it's that style of pop writing where it's super addictive, but there's not quite enough variation that you can just stick with it forever. So for me, I gotta be honest, I'm still gonna put Leave It All Behind above this. Leave It All Behind for me is still just a little bit more because there's just a little bit more going on in it. I think that's one that and I really enjoyed this song, but I think Leave It All Behind was just like such a wow. There was so much going on. This one is just pure addictive.
Are we talking which one we think is better or which we like more?
This is a stupid scale. You read it however you want. I'm not even sure I know how I'm doing this.
Yeah, Little Uzi Vert for me would be bottom. That song is abomination. I've not listened to that song since I reacted to it. To be fair,
I would put last too, but I don't.
Just to clarify, I'm saying Leave It All Behind. This song Ratatata. Then I'm saying Metali, which I liked, but this is just that little bit more addictive. Those 3 songs are all brilliant. Kingslayer, I'm okay with it. Just I was never mad about it. It never really stuck with me. It's good, but yeah, it's all right.
Kingslayer is definitely more of a bring me song than a baby metal song.
Yeah, and I've never been a big fan.
Ratatata is more of an Electric Callboy song.
Well, clearly I'm more of an Electric Callboy fan than I am a fan of Bring Me the Horizon. Yeah. So where would you guys put those 5 songs? Let's call it 5, even though we all know where the bottom one is.
The top. I don't know. This order could so drastically change depending on what you're trying to do with it. Whether or not
just for fun, people.
Just for fun. Little Uzi Vert at the bottom.
I'm glad you put it that way.
I would say Metalli after that, then Leave It All Behind. And then it's for me personally, it's a toss up between this one and Kingslayer.
Really?
It's like exactly my rating too.
You've got to pick one. All right, you both got to pick one. Well, okay, you're both doing it on the wrong side, and when we record this, the windows are not where they are at the end, so that just looks weird for everyone at home. If you magically got that right in the final mix, if I watch the final, so okay, you got to pick one. Who's going to put which song top? Who's going to put Kingslayer? Who's going to put Ratatata?
Well, I mean, you made some good arguments for like how the song enjoyment will develop in the future, but right now I would actually put Ratatata as number 1.
Yeah, I probably would just because I've had that song non-stop repeat for the past 24 hours. So it's kind of in my head. I told you I went to bed tonight 3 o'clock in the morning, and then my brain's just like.
That's your new alarm clock. I will say there's one thing wrong with Ratatata though, and I probably just gave it away by what I said there, which is the song's called Ratatata, but the thing stuck in your head is Ratatata. There's 2 more tas. So when you say the name of the song, you want to add the 2 more tas on the end because in your head you're just going ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. But if you want to actually say the name of the song, you've got to say ra-ta-ta-ta and then stop yourself from saying the last 2 tas because that's not the name of the song.
I'm
so
just
ra-ta-ta-ta.
I think no one will kill you for saying some tas too much.
No, but
what you're Googling.
These are the kind of things that keep Howard awake at night. Damn it, there's too many tags.
When I was doing the tags for my video, I included ratatata and ratatata because I was like, I'm sure other people are going to be typing that into Google. I'm going to be picking up all those extra people who are going to be Googling ratatata. I'm going to pick them up.
I'm just gutted we didn't get a Rattata cameo in this video. Like that was like fated to happen.
Oh, the Pokemon.
Pokemon. You can't have a Pokemon called Rattata, release a song called Rattata, and not just have a little sneaky like Rattata doll or something in that scene. That seemed like a massively missed opportunity.
Do you think that that's actually what Electric Callboy were thinking of when they were like sort of like talking about this song? They were just like actually it's like, what do we actually like about Japan? Oh, I'm really into Pokemon. So me
Pokemon,
too.
Rattata.
Rattata, yeah, let's make a song about Rattata, just not tell anyone.
Also,
Is that what the song's actually about?
who is the Kool-Aid man? Because I've seen a lot of reactions and they all
Oh,
say
this
when
is
they break through the wall, it's like the
Oh
Kool-Aid man.
yeah.
that's like the American ABBA, but I was actually thinking it's like Walk This Way, like Aerosmith Run DMC. I said this in my reaction video. I said like it's
Oh, is
like
it the Family Guy, the bowl?
Yeah, the
yeah,
Family
because
Guy.
that's taken from an
Oh,
American commercial apparently.
Yeah.
okay, I see.
So
Thanks
Damn,
for that.
damn
I've
Yanks.
learned something new.
none of us are American. Did the accents give it away? But yeah, I was thinking Run DMC and Aerosmith. I really felt that there was that vibe, and of course that being a famous collaboration song between metal and rap. You know, obviously this wasn't rap, but you know, sort of that element of like the fusion of metal with more sort of mainstream, if you like. Although rap wasn't mainstream at the time when they did that either. But
Yeah, I'm glad I waited for the music video though. I think watching it with the music video for the first time or hearing the song with the music video. I don't know what you guys did, but I waited. I didn't listen to any of the teasers. I was so tempted to do the lyric video, but I was like, you know what, I don't want to, because I knew the music video was out like literally the next day, 24 hours later. So I was like, gonna wait for the music video. But as a fan, waiting for it was unbearable. But as a YouTube like reaction channel, seeing all these channels pop up 24 hours later doing the lyric video stuff was killing me, because I know that's like 10,000 views down the drain for me, and I'm like, oh come on. So
well,
I don't know why they do that either. Like why release the song audio 24
yeah.
hours in advance? Why do the lyric video? Why not just release the goddamn music video?
Can I just add a weird perspective, because you might not have come across what happened here, because there was a little bit of confusion. Right, so the trailer video said it comes out on the 23rd, right? So everyone in Japan, you saw it, the 23rd begins, midnight, 23rd, everyone logs in, and the thing comes up saying premieres in 24 hours. And everyone in Japan's like, what the fuck? It's like, it's the 23rd. And then we realize they don't mean the 23rd in Japan. So it actually premiered, the music video this is, premiered on the 24th at midnight, 0 o'clock. So everyone, there was so many people in the comment, like Japanese people in the comments, like, what the fuck, 24 hours? They said it was coming out on the 23rd. There was like loads of people, like suddenly the comments, which were just steady, just started rolling up all these Japanese comments, like 24 hours, what the fuck? And so there was actually quite a lot of Japanese people upset about that. And then of course the song came out then, and so like in Japan, like a lot of people were confused. So why? So the song comes out now, but the video comes out in 24 hours. But of course, for other people, if you were like on the back end of like obviously all the time zones, then you were kind of getting the song and the video right next to each other. So it really depended on where you were in the world, because for everyone, the music video came out at the same time, but the song was trailing. So I think they were waiting until the song had come out in every single time zone. And then once the song was, you know, because obviously you have to wait for the copyright
Why
as well.
can't you then release just, if the video comes out at the
Just
same
release
time,
the
why don't
music
release
video.
the song at the
Yeah,
same time?
like,
There is a reason for that. So basically, now I think there are ways around this, but effectively most of the time what you do is you release a song, it comes out on a date, and then you have your copyright permission start on that date. But of course, the date isn't, you know, has to begin in every single day. So, you know, you release it, it begins on the 23rd, it comes out, but it's not the 23rd everywhere else. So your music video can't come out until the audios come out everywhere. Now, there are a lot of bands and artists who do get around that and time everything properly, but it's not a universal. There's plenty of artists who can't do that. So really what they could have done is had the music video come out kind of like, and then just sort of like the music video also taper in different time zones, but they clearly wanted an international release, probably because it was Electric Callboy, German group, and BABYMETAL Japanese group. They probably wanted that universal worldwide release.
I still think they've shot themselves in the foot there a little bit. Like the scattered release means like for a lot of people, especially BABYMETAL fans, and a lot of Electric Callboy fans, they'd already
Seems to be like the usual thing. I've seen this a lot of times.
They'd already listened to the music or the song for a lot of people that can't wait, that aren't doing what we do. before the music video even dropped, which kind of not killed the hype because a lot of people are still excited for it and most fans will still watch it. But you could get so much more traction just dropping the music videos. So I think for this particular thing, even though they don't do it and they try to do it universally and obviously to avoid copyrights and stuff like that, I actually think for this scenario was the wrong thing to do. It should have helped.
It's not avoiding copyright. Just to be clear, it's not avoiding copyright.
Yeah.
That's just the natural way that copyright actually works. So it's not an avoidance thing. It's the actual way that they have to do it. Unless they game the system the other way.
I just personally think that was the wrong thing to do. They should have started all this hype with the music video, and then gone from there.
I'm going to be honest. I would say from a cynical commercial point of view, I would actually say they did, unfortunately, the right thing. In that the thing is they knew that people were going to tune in for the music video anyway, because they knew, as we've been discussing here, the visual aspect. Everyone was excited to see what it would look like having Electric Callboy, and then obviously knowing that when people heard the song. I like that you said that in your video. I was like, when people heard the song, immediately hearing the song, it immediately makes you think, what the fuck is the video for this going to look like? This is clearly going to be like something very upbeat. So I think they knew that the people listening to it on streaming services was not going to detract from the people watching the music video. It was actually going to build more people up and get people more excited to watch the music video. So I actually think in a commercial sense, it did the opposite, but I do agree. Maybe a bit cynical. Maybe if they wanted to bring the fans together, they could have gone for a more universal approach. But hey, business. They're after that #1. They want them 6 sales figures.
But I mean, I saw I think even 2 hours or 3 hours after it already had 300,000 views, which is insane.
It could have had so much more though. It could have been
I think the opposite. I really do think it's actually built up the number of views. I think there's more views as a result of them getting the audio out early, because I think it built the hype.
I think it killed it a little bit personally, but there you go.
I feel like
you agree? You did 2 videos, audio and video, so you got more views than probably both me and Benedict.
Damn right. I clocked my 9K views.
No wonder you freaking love it.
No,
I just had to work.
In all honesty, you're like
the video.
In all honesty, though, it's like it was one of those ones where my main thing was I was interested. Well, I mean, in a way, it did perhaps catch me in the way that it was supposed to, in that I was mainly interested in the audio. I just wanted to hear the audio. And then, so what I was going to say earlier is when I found out, I was like waiting. I was going to do a reaction to the video. And when the video didn't come out, I was like, all right, fair enough. The video is not coming out. They're not going to release it. And then it was like, well, actually, the audio came out. So I was like, do you know what? I'm set up to do the reaction. The audio did come out, so I'm just going to react to the audio. I was like, that's the main thing I'm here for anyway. I did that. And then like I said, I got quite a few comments were like, yeah, but Howard, the video is going to be really cool. And I was like, you know what? I'll do the reaction. I recorded it. I was thinking to myself, I'm probably not going to upload this because there's going to be nothing to say. It's just going to be the music video. But then, yeah, the music video actually was quite entertaining. It had something to say about it. So for me, I get the feeling that, yeah, there was a lot to say about both in their own way. So it was definitely, again, getting the most out of everything this collaboration should have been. Any surprises? Not really. But I guess the biggest surprise was just they maxed out everything you could have ever wanted from this collaboration. Yeah. One question I just wanted to ask in reverse, sorry, because I didn't have a chance to answer this earlier. You mentioned about the fact this was less brutal than the average Electric Callboy song. And I said that I felt this really worked from a pop standpoint. It did everything from a pop song. Did you feel that the lack of brutality, as more of a metal fan, do you think that subtracted anything from it? Or do you feel that it kind of worked out? Were you kind of a little bit left wanting for a little bit more?
If it was any other band, I probably would say yes. But because it's Electric Callboy, that again, very much like Baby Metal, they can do all genres of music. When they go poppy, and they can go very poppy, usually it's like tongue-in-cheek, taking the fucking piss. But when they do it so well. So from them coming in doing this, I got no issues with it because it's very well done. So and I can kind of like understand it in terms of the song. So would I like it to be more brutal? Of course. I'm a metal fan.
Yeah, same.
Well, the more brutal, the better. It needs to be brutal.
Wouldn't mind.
Wouldn't mind it, but yeah. I think for the context of the song and the way that it flows, and I think if I stripped back away the metalhead a little bit and looked at it oh no, you know, objectively and
And I mean, it's
as a
still
cast,
pretty brutal.
it's
It's
still
just
pretty
not
good.
Can I
overly
say,
brutal.
our centrist fans really appreciate your sacrifice.
I know a lot of people that would listen to this song and who are not metal fans and would enjoy it. I know a lot of fans
Yeah.
that would hear Electric Callboy's growls straight off the bat and be like, nope. So I feel like they did a good job of riding that line between their own fans and
But
maybe
like we were all
more
familiar with
casuals.
Electric Callboy before, right? Because for me, Electric Callboy took a while to get into, like Baby Metal 2, like kind of a similar experience.
Mm.
But I didn't, because I'm not usually a fan of that club style 90s that they do
Yeah.
electronic
It is a
EDM
bit old
stuff.
school. Yeah.
I've been listening to Electric Callboy now for a good couple of years. I was listening to them
Oh,
back when they
okay.
were, I was listening to them back when they were Eskimo Callboy before they had to change their
Yeah.
name. Um, so this is pretty much kind of what I expected, to be honest, like being a fan of both bands. Would I change a few things? I mean, that's the hardest question. Would I make it more brutal? The inside me, I'm like, yes, I want to make it more brutal. But I think in hindsight and looking at the song again, I don't think I'd change it. I think it's just the right mix. It's hard to be it's hard to be like just like praise something, because I think you look at it as when you got to ask yourself the question, would you change it? Can you be more critical? Would you like a bigger breakdown? And the answer to all those questions is
Yeah.
yes. There's so much I could change, but I think the
Yeah.
real question is, would I want to change it? And I don't think I would. I feel like this is
But
the
also, it's
perfect
just
result.
like these, I don't
I
know,
think that's the
4 or
perfect
5
review.
seconds of the breakdown that I even think about something like that. And then
Mm.
you're just even back with the fun stuff.
Yeah.
You don't even think about it anymore. So I think it's
Mm.
just perfect as it is.
I actually think that's the perfect review, really, is just that feeling of like, are there things that could be changed that might work? Yes. But do we need to do
Do
them?
we need it
Well,
though? No, I don't
Yeah.
think we do. I feel like this is the perfect collab. And like I said, I've had it on, I don't know about you two, but I've had it on non-stop for the past 24/7.
Same. I love it. I never
I've had it
dance,
on
but
quite a
this
lot, but
song makes me dance.
it's been competing against something else that I've been listening to all day that we'll be coming on to maybe in the next video. But look, no, this was absolutely brilliant. I don't think anyone's been disappointed with us. I mean, might be some people that's more to their taste, some people it's less to their taste, but I don't think anyone came out of this going, well, that let me down. If you knew what you were walking into, I can't see any way that you wouldn't at least go, that was good.
Well,
And I think a lot of people will be going, that was maxing out everything that it should have been.
well, let's put it this way. There's not many songs all three of us would change the recording day of this show for. Let's put it this way.
That's true.
You know,
He's right.
Like,
He's
if
right.
that's not an
He's right.
indication of how much we wanted to do this, and I don't know what is.
All right. Well, we've got 55 seconds left on the free version of Zoom. All hail the free version of Zoom. All hail. Quick, show praise. Show praise.
We're not worthy.
Not worthy free version of Zoom. Well, in fact, we're not worthy of the paid for version of Zoom, I think.
This
Anyway,
this channel's not monetized yet. So go on, make sure if you're not subscribed and you like this conversation, make sure to do so. We would really appreciate it. We've been seeing a lot of love and a lot of subscribers recently. This channel is throttling towards 1K already, which is going to be absolutely amazing. So if you haven't already, go and hit that sub button. Do you want to call us? Do you want to sing us out? Benedict,
quick,
it's
do
been
it.
a while.
15
Keep
seconds.
your ears to the east. Woo.
No, Howard. No, Howard. No fist bump for you.
That's what you told me to do. Bye.